I gotta mess up the first, the first stream. I'm like, snap! I gotta go back and put the stuff in. I'm so predictable when it comes to this. Like, I done messed up again. He do this every week. Let me see here. What's going on, Yosh? What's going on, Shauna? What's up, Millions? We got Pete in the building. What's going on, Palencia? What's going on, DeWine? Let me see here. What's good, E Money? We got Jacqueline in the building. Got Pensum in the building. What's good? What's good? What's going on, Nico? All right. We got Alexandria in the building. How's it going? What's up, Lustrious? What's going on, Maria? What's up, Sam? We got Grace representing. What's going on, Grace? All right. We got Relasia in the house. What's going on, Jess? All righty. Let me go ahead and get us all locked and loaded. All right, we should be good. Let me go ahead and get my big mug there. And boom, we got action. Awesome, awesome. All right, I don't know if Mike's gonna be able to join us or not. I sent him the link, so if he pops in, we can get it popping. Let me see here. Awesome, awesome. What's going on, Royo? All right, so let me go ahead and get us over here. Quick refresh of oldcoingecko.com. Bitcoin hanging out just below 52,000. Hasn't slowed down. Ethereum is at 28. Hana, we got Tether hanging out at 99 cents, just below a dollar. We got BNB at 355. BNB went on a tear. Okay, we got Solana hanging out at 113. We still got XRP still below the 60 cent level at 55 cent. We got Lido hanging out, same price as Eve. We got Cardano hanging, it's getting up there, it's making a run for 60 cent. Love seeing that. We got Avalanche doing this thing as well at 41. Looking at some of the top gainers for the last 24 hours. Well. I ain't even gonna say nothing. I'm just gonna let y'all know, did I not just warn y'all about the project? Did I not just say, hey, this is a great time to start dollar cost averaging in? Did I not just sit here and kick with y'all about VeChain? Y'all know how I feel about VeChain. Just say, I'm gonna do my Trump hands. Everyone knows I said it. I walked in, I said, wow, VeChain, it's doing really quietly. It's not doing anything. Maybe we should pay attention. Just maybe. You know I said it. You were there. You heard it. You were there. All right. So, wow, VeChain, what a great coin. I said that. That's what I said. All right, so we got... You know, he always got to do this thing where, like, he do the Peter Griffin, where he suck on his teeth, like, wow, VeChain, one of the best even. Who knows? Has a lot of potential. Wow, I said what a great chain that was. Wow. All right, we got Mike coming in. All right, man, I'm done. I'm not doing no more Trump jokes today. All right, I'm not doing it. I'm just saying. I'm getting good at it, though. I feel like I'm getting better. Like, I feel like I'm getting better at it now. Like, it flows way more naturally. Like, it's all you got to do is, like, you got to, like, do this, but, like, way after you're supposed to do it. It's like, wow. it's a delay. All right, let me... It's a whole thing. All right. Man. We got my bro in the building. What's going on, Mike? Oh, man.
How we doing? What's good?
Oh, man. Everything. They were in here laughing at me because I did my Trump impersonation way too early.
Oh wow, that must be a record timing. 10 minutes in.
Yeah, bro. Like I couldn't help it. Like I was seeing VeChain, and I thought to myself, "Wow, what a great chain it is." Some would even say the best. Wow. When I see it, I say, "Ooh, VeChain, one of the best." And they were laughing at me because it's on point. I've been working on it. I'm getting better at it. All right, but we got you got that part down pat. He do it all the time. Like, listen, I don't know if it's just me, but like, how many of you guys are like really looking forward to that debate, bro? Like, if he debates Biden, like, it's gonna be bigger than the Super Bowl. It's gonna.
It might be. Are they doing it or no?
I don't know if they don't do it. It's gonna give me all the answers that I need. But if they do
They're
it,
not gonna do it. There's no way they do it. There's no way.
bro, if they do this will get the most ratings over any. Like, everybody wants to see this. I don't care who you are. It's like a train accident. We're all gonna be like, you don't want to look, but you want to look. Like you kind of want to just see what happens.
There's no way it
Bro,
happens.
Biden's gonna like mispronounce like one thing, and Trump's gonna turn into like a Dementor from Harry Potter, bro, and it's gonna be over after that.
You go turn into Jim Rohn. Start teaching them, and oh man, it'll be
It's gonna be bad. I mean, I'm not saying I want it to happen, but it could happen. All right, so now I got a question. I want to address this question. I got a question yesterday asking me how do we do research and how do we know where to start when it comes to looking at projects? Because they say it can't be by chance that we keep finding good projects. And I'm like, no, it's not by chance. Like we've been here for a while. We've done the work. We know a lot of people that are and a lot of big developers in this space that have been building for a while. So you kind of look for things that are similar in those same veins, but a lot of it kind of for me, a lot of it kind of layers on top of what we already have, right? Like we know what Web 2 consists of. Like I think all the time about how like Web 2 has like a like TCP/IP is like the base level of like the internet, and then you got like FTP for like files and different kind of things like that, and then you got like the SMTP where that's like email, right? And then you got www, HTTPS for like websites and things like that. I look at stuff like that and try to equate it to crypto, right? So like TCP/IP is like, or TCP/IP is more like Bitcoin. That's like the base layer. So everything kind of uses Bitcoin as a reference. So I look at that and say, okay, if something's doing something similar to Bitcoin, I'm not really excited about that because Bitcoin is Bitcoin. Like nobody's gonna come in and take Bitcoin's spot. It's like you come and say we're gonna be better than Bitcoin, kind of like how IOTA was coming in saying they were gonna be better than Bitcoin. That wasn't a good. It wasn't a good way to come into crypto, right? Like we got the idea, but no one's gonna be coming in and no one's gonna come in and take over Bitcoin, right? And then when you think about like FTP, right? Like files, I think about Filecoin, right? Like the interplanetary files. Like that's one of those projects where I'm thinking, yeah, if you're looking for storage and you want to have some place to like keep things safe, Filecoin all day long. Some people may not be talking about it as much now, but I'm like, give it time because eventually it's like Brandon Boyd says, like nothing compares to an idea whose time has come, right? And something like Filecoin, when it finally hits and people realize, they're gonna say, oh, it does that. Then you'll start to see that adoption start to kind of flow in to what we're talking about. And then you think about something like SMTP for like emails, right? Could that be like the Solanas, right? Could that be something like the Ethereums, right? Like you have so many layers to how like messaging works and sending things back and forth and so forth. So something like that could be similar, but it's like But then I think more like www and like HTTP is more Ethereum, right? Like you got that style of like there's so many layers and applications that can work with that. So for me, it's always like trying to find those lanes that we already have and what's going to increase or advance what we already have with the traditional Web 2. So I look at those lanes. And then obviously you get into like the financial sector, you got derivatives, you got all that kind of stuff. So I'm always looking at which projects are going to come in and advance or just increase what we already have, in a sense where it makes it more secure or it makes it more efficient or it allows things to work in a way where it's more innovative and makes things more simplistic for the user. So it's always that kind of thought process. So it's not like we come in here and just try to, recreate the wheel. It's just look at what we have. And I mean, like, go to the base layers of what we have. Like, look at the base layer of the internet and look for what can improve that. And when you do that, it really kind of lines. That's why I like VeChain so much because we have the traditional supply chain. It's just better than what we already have. It works really well and they haven't had any issues since they launched it. And they have a ton of partnerships. So for me, it just clicks and makes sense. All right. So I always try to make sure you guys are seeing things in a light where it just makes more sense to you as we start to move closer and closer to those bigger ideas and things of that nature. But yeah, it's not like we're coming in here trying to, roll the dice on every little thing. Like when I was talking to you guys yesterday, we all at the end of the class when we talked about what was going on with Inspect. I'm not telling you guys Inspect's going to be the biggest thing since Pants with Pockets. I just said that they're going to be working through Twitter to get a lot of things done. With Elon wanting to make Twitter like a payment processor and all these other things, or X, should I say. He wants to make it a payment processor. Like it could really open up the doors for a ton of things to flow through that project. So I want to keep it on your radar in case we start seeing some adoption. Right? And by still being a low cap coin, you don't need a ton of value in it. Few bucks here and there goes a long way. I keep telling you guys, like, stop thinking you got to dump like hundreds of thousands. Of, like, no, we're not doing that. That's not how any of this stuff works. Like, you find a project that makes sense, and you put a little bit of skin in the game. Right? If it makes sense to you, you go ahead and make a decision. But for the most part, guys, like, just be patient, man. Like, especially right now, like, crypto is booming. Like, everything in the market is just outrageously just it's nonstop. Like, I've been sitting here looking at this thing over and over and over. Like, are you gonna close on the other side of this line, or are you gonna just hang out here and drive me crazy? All right? Like, it's been going back and forth. Now I know this is on the daily, but I want to see it happen on the weekly so I could really kind of lean into this thing and say, okay, cool. And we still got like 3 days left because I know how this stuff goes on the daily. It'll break out, close above, and still turn around and run back down. So if we do see a bit of a drop off, I wouldn't be shocked. And some of the buying pressure from institutions has slowed down. Like, this week has been wild, wild. The lead up to to today, every day it's been 13, what was it, 15,000 Bitcoin bought, 13,000 Bitcoin bought, like day after day after day from BlackRock and all these big institutions. And bro, I looked at the numbers. I gotta find it on the website again. BlackRock's not even, bro, they haven't even put, like, I think, like, so far out of all the assets they have under management, they have almost like 1/2000th of their value in Bitcoin right now. Like, it's not even a like a dent in how much how much value they actually have right now. So I'm like, bro, this, yeah, like so it's like having $2,000 and you put like $1 into something. Like,
Yeah.
like that's how much BlackRock's put in so far, and they have like 5 billion in Bitcoin if I'm not mistaken already. So yeah, it's getting wild. I'm like, you guys, we haven't even seen what the crazy side of this is gonna look like. So I keep telling you guys, if you think this looks good, wait until, wait until after the halving. Like, that's why I keep showing you guys this chart over here, this BLX chart. Once we get past the halving, I mean, and don't get me wrong, the halving is right here. Like, we're not a year away. Like, this thing is weeks away, family. Like, we're not talking like, oh, you gotta wait a couple more, years and we'll finally get to the. Nah, man. Nah, man. This thing's gonna go crazy. And I know you guys are looking at the market right now and you're seeing, we're at about 2 trillion now, so the market is seeing a lot of value flowing to it. This is nothing. This is literally nothing, ladies and gentlemen, compared to what's coming. Like, we're just talking about BlackRock. We haven't even gotten into like what's going to happen with China, what's going to happen with the Arab Emirates, what's going to happen with London and the UK area and EU and all of that. Like, we haven't talked about any of that. Like, this is a very different game we're playing now inside of the bull run. And some of you guys are still thinking this is like 2017 bull run. This is, oh, it's going to be just like, no, 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 no. No, BlackRock wasn't here. Right? And the funny thing is, if you look up like views for YouTubers, crypto YouTubers, the views are actually still down, like as if it was the bear market. So retail hasn't even shown up yet. Like, most retail is still on the sideline. Like, everything you guys are seeing right now is pure institutional. This is nothing but everybody else from back in the day coming in. This is still purely institutional right now. All right, so yeah, this isn't even like the first inning. Like, we're still in stretches. We're still warming up. Like, nothing really has happened. The money is still on the sideline. So if you think 2 trillion is something, bro, I'm not even gonna be funny with you, Mike. I think we could probably see somewhere between like 7 to 8, bro.
On the next run, yeah.
Yeah.
That'll put that'll put Bitcoin at
Yeah, bruh.
almost, that'll put like 150, 200K easily.
Yeah, bro. I mean, like 10 trillion. It depends on how bad the economy gets. That's what I believe. If the economy starts to tank, then people are gonna just start running for safe havens. And with Fidelity and BlackRock all on board, it's not gonna get no safer. Like, they know these big institutions aren't gonna put that kind of money into this thing to watch it fall apart. Especially if they can vacate the dollar in a hurry. Oh yeah. Because I'm telling you now, they're what they're doing right now is they're practicing how fast they can move money around. That's what's happening right. This is a trial run of how fast can we dump money from US currency or fiat currency into crypto. How fast can we go from fiat to blockchain? That's all they're seeing. They're testing out the waters. I think they like what they see so far, and a lot of their clients are already jumping on board. Eventually, it's going to come to a point where you're going to just start seeing hundreds of thousands of Bitcoin being bought up. And then once that supply is minuscule on these exchanges, it's going to reflect, because the demand's going to keep growing. Regardless of how you feel about it, the demand's going to keep growing. And then at that point, it'll just be every time a Bitcoin is mined, those miners are going to be rolling in the dough when they finally decide to sell again. And the thing is, most miners aren't going to be selling during the bull run. That's usually how this works. The exchanges are going to be trying to buy from miners. There's going to be a shortage of BTC, and any little bit of Bitcoin you got is going to be outlandishly valuable. That's why I keep telling you guys, like, people are finally starting to wake up to it. So when you see stuff like, all right, when you see stuff like the Ordis and Ordinals and all this kind of stuff, this is people realizing that this Bitcoin real estate is valuable. Every bit of Bitcoin's blockchain is valuable. It's like when I told you guys we're going to be trickling up our value from the portfolios. The goal for most institutions and most entities is to accumulate more Bitcoin, because which blockchain is safer than Bitcoin? Let's just start right there. Which blockchain is safer than Bitcoin? Yeah, exactly. None. 9. like that's the whole thing. That's the whole premise. And if you have a ton of value, okay, whether it be in a bank, whether it be in artwork, whether it be in collectibles, your biggest thing is you want to keep your money and your value what? Safe. That's the whole premise to this. That's why people don't like leaving a lot of money inside of banks, because the FDIC only insures $250,000 per account. So some people who are multi-millionaires, they're forced to have to get assets. They're forced to put their money into real estate. They're forced to put their money into the stock market. They're forced to find something that gives them a yield instead of leaving their money in a bank account, because most banks can't keep that kind of money on hand. And when you got something like Bitcoin, it changes the game. And now that you have BlackRock saying, oh, and we're going to keep it safe, we're going to custody it for you, this is a dream come true for most big money movers. And when Bitcoin becomes stabilized, after it grows and grows and grows, and there's less volatility attached to it, I just want you guys to see what the future looks like down the line. Most big millionaires and billionaires, they're not looking to figure out how to make as much money, make more money now. They're trying to figure out how to stabilize what they have. And they know inflation is a silent thief. They cannot leave it sitting still. So something like Bitcoin gives them that volatility that allows them to let their value grow. And once it becomes more stable from so much participation on the blockchain, eventually we'll start to see that. And then this brings me to my next point. Right now, with the finite amount of Bitcoin that there is, the real estate is valuable. But the problem that most people are having right now is saying, well, once Bitcoin becomes outrageously valuable, they're already setting their sights on the next thing. BlackRock's already filed for this ETF. All right, let me just do this for you guys real quick, because I want to talk to y'all for a second. All right, let me go back. Let's get rid of that. I got like 1 million slides open right now. It's crazy. All right, there we go. So, right here. Let me see. Boom. So right here are all the dates for the Ethereum ETF. And these are the different players that are coming in. Now we know that Gary's probably not going to approve most of these right away, but the next one I believe is in April. Is it January, February, March, April, May? No, May. All right, so we got one in May. We got 3 in May. We got VanEck, ARK, and Hashdex. And then after that, March, Grayscale, Invesco after, BlackRock, and Fidelity. More than likely, one of these two will be the one to get it done towards maybe like the end of the year, which makes a ton of sense. But I'm telling you guys, like, this one's the one on this one's on the way. Gary's going to push it back as much as he can. If he denies this one, he's probably going to get called into court again, and it'll be a whole thing again. But pay attention to the custodians. Make sense? You seeing it? Starting to click a little bit. This one here isn't even guaranteed. That's why they got the question marks near. So we see the lanes that are lining up right now. We understand everybody that's coming in and getting on board with this stuff right now. It's not going away, guys. The days of crypto being like this super scary, obscure corner case thing for investing is gone. Like everybody's on board now. Everybody's excited. Everybody wants in, and this is where we're headed. So I'm just saying, listen. I wasn't gonna say anything about Coinbase stock. I'm gonna let y'all, have your conversations amongst yourselves because we're probably gonna look at the Coinbase chart just just to see because it's a great reflection of what's going on. Of course, it went up. Whenever Bitcoin goes up, Coinbase goes up. It's the correlation. Like we already know how it goes, man. But everybody wants to play this game like they're not, investing in other assets to get more exposure to Bitcoin. But because now we have these ETFs, they don't have to look around. They don't have to get into the micro strategies. They don't have to grab a bunch of Coinbase. They don't have to go out and grab the ARK Invest, and they don't have to grab the Galaxy Digital or the C or the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust. They don't have to do any of that anymore. And Grayscale Bitcoin Trust has been selling Bitcoin hand over fist right now, making their money. So all that value is just flowing back into the ETFs, I want y'all to just see the game that's being played, and it's not going to go away. And I know with Bitcoin being the king, Ethereum is a strong prince or princess. All right? Like it just is what it is, and you cannot deny that this project isn't going to continue to grow. So I keep telling you guys it's hard to even call this an altcoin anymore because it just has such a strong network effect. So just knowing ETFs just simply mean physically backed, meaning they have to buy this. They cannot go out and say, hey, we're going to let you take a position like you would if you were on MT4. No, they have to have it. They have to own it. So they got to go out and actually buy this stuff. And if we know this stuff's going to come down to a final deadline around these months, same thing that happened with Bitcoin. The closer we got to the ETF, what did the price do? What did the price do? What did the price do, right? So same thing with Ethereum. We're already starting to see that happen as we sit here and watch price start to go crazy, go crazy, go crazy. The all-time high for ETH right now, I think what we're at, the all-time high was like $4,000, almost $5,000. Mike's already ready for Ethereum to hit 10K. We know at this next run it's going to potentially go crazy. But I just want you guys to really pay attention to how we're lining up things right now for the next big wave. And once again, I talked to you guys about the layer 2 solutions. Be patient. We're going to get the update. You're going to see a bunch of hype attached to it. There's going to be a sell-off on a lot of the layer 2s. And then eventually you'll be able to come in and scale into that. But I will say, right now, one of the projects that I am like kind of silently keeping an eye on right now is Filecoin. And I just want you guys to like really look at these levels and keep in mind where it came from and where it went and where we are right now. I really need you guys to be on that same wavelength with us right now. Projects like Filecoin, let me go over here real quick. Projects like Filecoin are interesting because they don't get a ton of hype and a ton of publicity attached to it, but they just work, right? You see what they used to be, and now you see what they are, and you think, oh, they're always going to be like that. And I'm like, no, this isn't the same thing. This isn't the same thing. This kind of project, it has patents that no one can come in and take. Like it has, I mean, like literal patents that other companies have tried to come in and buy Filecoin just so they can have that patent underneath their umbrella. Like it is a deal. Like I want you guys to not ignore. It's not one of those super hype things. It's just a really strong project that just works. All right. If you don't believe me, look up the Filecoin patents. It's very interesting. It's not a hype thing, but it does work, and it has some really interesting things attached to it. So yeah, that IPFS, yeah, just even the name for it, just interplanetary file system. is really interesting because it tells you right now they're not just thinking about going from one location. They're talking about going from planet to planet. I don't know of any other company that's trying to send messages from planets to planet, right? And the last time I checked, when we sent the man to the moon, we were communicating just fine on television, but we can't even seem to get cell phone service to work right when I'm going overseas. So it is weird to see that all of this stuff that used to work don't work no more. But now we got something that's giving us a whole patent for that technology, and NASA couldn't come in and say anything to them. Just saying, I'm gonna leave that alone. I'm not gonna talk about it anymore. All right. So I see you over there looking at these monitors, Mike. What you got for me over there, bro?
Yeah, I got some calls. Yeah,
How you feeling, man? Is the weather messing with you?
bro, I woke up so sick last night. I went to the sauna. I feel better now, but
Good, good.
That thing is crazy. All right, so this is what I've been looking at. I've been looking at a lot of the option projects in crypto.
Mm,
And on Durbit this past week, a lot of Bitcoin options that expire. So for those that are new to options, you can basically take an entry, choose a price you want to strike at, and it could be in the future. And the higher the price is, like right now, a lot of these options are saying above 60K between April and December.
hmm.
So above 60K in April will pay out more than above 60K in December will. So right now, there's literally a ton of calls, which are basically buys, that
Mm,
are saying, okay, by April, right? And this is why I do not think we will be above 60K before the halving. By April, let's say this is the expiration date right here. Let's just delete this line. Will price be above 60K? Now, how options work, and make sure you guys follow Ace Enders on his morning sessions, is the farther price is above 60K, right? The more technically, the more money you would essentially make, and then your contract would expire. So what we're seeing on those option platforms is from April to December, a lot of money is saying, hey, there's 1,200 contracts calling for Bitcoin strike price above 60K. And even as soon as March 29th, and it's still kind of small, it's like 67 million, but I think we're going to see a trend here of a lot of money. So now what happens if the market is under those contracts, that contract strike price? Well, they basically just lose whatever they put into the market. So if they risked 10K for a call above 60 and the market is at 59K when their contract expires, whether it's April or December, then they just lose that money, right? Nobody's going to buy that contract from them.
mm.
Okay, put a one and that makes sense in the chat. And that's really important for everybody to understand. Like crypto options are going to be massive. I think Coinbase will offer them, Fidelity will offer them, TD Ameritrade will offer them eventually.
Hmm.
Um, Not like a casino because here you could actually create wealth with options. Like for example, like let's just leave it on Bitcoin. Imagine you bought Bitcoin in the summer of last year, right? But instead of buying the asset, you took out an option on it for 1 year later. So that was what? September? What if you did a 1 year option on Bitcoin? And now it's not as accessible right now, but let's say you bought right here at this floor and you said, okay, I'm going to strike price at 30K and my expiration is September of next year. So you essentially have all of this time where you can close this contract at any moment, but the higher price goes, knowing that there's a halving in 2024 early
Hmm.
and knowing some certain things and how the charts work. I mean, right now, I mean, you would be up dramatically, like crazy amounts, potentially, of course. So that's important. It's going to happen. It's something that we'll be able to teach as it becomes more regulated across the US. But people did that in stocks during COVID. I mean, imagine going back here and having options on Bitcoin, for 1 year or for 6 months. I mean, it's going to be crazy. So you can apply the same skill set you have here and you can apply it to everything. I mean, we had Ace Enders on here, what, a couple months ago?
Yeah.
And we were talking Square. I mean, we were talking Square right here. I remember it was October, and if you had some options here, I mean, that move, woof, like this move right here in a
Hmm.
stock, a 90% spot run, like
Yeah.
that. I now understand, Kurt, like the stock market a lot better, and like how real wealth is created. It's by holding
Yep.
long-term positions,
Yep.
everybody. That's how it's created.
It's like Warren Buffett said. Like people always ask, like, why does if your strategy's so consistent, why don't people use it? And he says, no one wants to get rich slow.
Yeah.
No one wants to
That
get rich slow. And when he said it, I was like, wow, bro. like Like, as he tells everybody what he's getting into, how he's gonna do it, how long he plans on holding it, and it's like he's been doing this stuff with 80 something years, and people still look at him like, I don't know. And I'm like, bro, he's been doing the same thing for 80 years. You would think people would just say, I'm not arguing with it no more.
Yeah. Actually, right before this session, I was looking at all my accounts, like investment accounts, and I'm like, okay, like let's say this is you. That is a terrible Y. Oh my God, that is terrible. Hold on. This is draw a circle. If that's you,
Mm-hmm.
ask yourself, where like when money comes in to you, right? You make money, you have a business, you have a job, whatever. Just think about like where it's going. Right? I'm not going to give you financial advice, but the average person every single month has 32 withdrawals from their bank account. And guess how many deposits they have? They have two. Okay. Because most people get paid twice a month on average, at least.
Yeah.
So think about this. Money's leaving your account every single day. And money's only going into your account twice. So now it's like, okay, well, what do I do with that? And if you've experienced inflation like all of us have, Kurt made a great point before, you're being robbed.
Yeah.
And if that value of that dollar goes down, and that's the whole FDIC, $250,000, smart millionaires understand, and billionaires, I got to put my money in other places that can just outpace inflation.
Yep.
And that's what people don't want to do. And that's why they struggle forever. So it's like, okay, those deposits come in. I don't think that's enough to survive these days, but we'll see. Now it's like, where is it going? And that small percentage into crypto, that small percentage into the right investments or stocks through time, like look at NVIDIA. What's the damn politician's name? Nancy Pelosi.
Oh my
She
God.
took call options like a couple weeks ago at the all-time high.
Because she knew.
Bro, she's up like 2 million already.
She knew, bro. Like, Nancy and her husband are balling right now.
Guys, she took a call option, which means a buy, at the top, the highest it's ever been. One of the only assets to outperform Bitcoin, NVIDIA. And I think a couple of days later, NVIDIA did something with the chips in China or something like that. I can't remember the exact news. And then boom. Like, think about that. It's a game that is rigged for me and you and all of us to lose. Because insider trading is still, I guess, allowed. Right? I'm not going to go through all these stocks, but I'm just giving that as an example there. So I think options are going to be massive in crypto over the next couple of years. What I'm looking here for, Solana, some of you guys have asked me. I will look for a potential continuation, but not unless we come down here. Guys, one thing I'll tell you is you don't need to be in the markets every day from leverage. You don't need to be trading every day. Unless I get this set up, I'm not taking it. And I'm not really looking for shorts because we're in a bullish environment and equal highs are right here. I mean, yes, price can come here, bounce. There's like a huge like flamingo looking bird out my window. That's crazy. What is that thing doing?
You see how he got to throw shade at me, man? It's like it's snowing right now in Detroit.
It's like literally.
Nah, bro. See, you have to squirrel off and talk about no flamingos. You could just say it's a bird. I'd have understood.
Oh,
but no, you had to make sure it was a tropical bird. So I knew, because my window is full of snow right now. Okay?
Oh, wow.
It's a whole blizzard happening right now outside my window. And Mike has a flamingo in his yard.
Wait, hold on, let me find this. Find a picture of this bird so you guys can see it.
Man, yeah, Mike flexing on me with the flamingo. Like, that's a good problem to have right now.
It has like an orange beak. Let me see.
Oh my goodness. I'm like, bro, wait.
Oh yeah, it's an ibis. Yeah, this is a Floridian bird. This guy's like outside my window right now looking at me.
No, y'all got some scary birds out there. Oh, that's an ibis?
Yeah, this is an ibis.
So that it's funny about the ibis. If you go back to ancient Egyptian days, the Egyptian god Thoth was depicted as an ibis. It's like really, really like supposed to represent like intelligence and all kind of stuff. But it's the whole thing. I didn't know that bird was in Florida. That's crazy.
Yeah, he's literally staring at me right now. He
knows smart when he sees smart. Y'all got something in common.
Yeah, I think I just seen a polar bear walk by here. Where the heck are you? A polar bear.
Right, that's what I got to say to Mike when I think there's a polar bear at my window. Hold on, guys.
Yeah, I would get off, go live, and I would run. That's what I would do if I saw a polar bear. Anyway, so yeah, looking for Solana, more of a deeper retracement here. XRP, wow. Nice weekly candle here.
Mm-hmm.
Just slow and steady,
It's
everybody.
getting
Wins the
there,
race.
man. It's slowly waking up.
Very slow but steady. Wins the race here. Who
I don't even
caught
want to
this
get
at
off subject, bro. What is the name of that bird you guys have in Florida? It's a giant bird. It's like brown and ugly, and it has a huge beak, and it's huge though. Like I went to go visit my mom, and this big giant, bro, like a dinosaur. It was a skinny bird, but it's big,
Oh, are you talking about a seagull?
bro. We got seagulls here.
No, hold on. We have a different type of seagull.
Nah, bro, that
That is
thing
not a
was
seagull.
big and it was like big and brown or gray looking. It was ugly looking, but it was huge though. Like I was like, whoa, 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 whoa.
Osprey? No.
It was probably maybe like 3 feet tall.
But was it a brown pelican?
No, bro, you gonna make me look up Florida birds before we get off this call,
I,
bro.
I'm literally on that right now. Florida birds. These are all small little birds. Let me see
You
images.
see how we squirrel off that fast?
Wait, was it this? Near the beach, maybe? This one?
Uh, no, I don't think it was that one. It might have been similar to that, but it's big like that though. Like it has a skinny legs and it was long and tall.
Dude, we have peacock birds here.
Peacock birds.
You don't know what a peacock bird is, dude?
I mean, I know a peacock. They like big with the big old tails and all that stuff. Yeah.
Dude, these things are everywhere in Florida. They don't look that nice, but it kind of looks like a turkey.
No, it wasn't that. I didn't know what that was if I seen it.
We do have eagles here as well.
Let me see here. It might have been.
Something like this? Oh, you're talking about a vulture?
It wasn't a vulture, bro. It was like a big. It might have been. Let me see. Largest
Somebody said,
birds.
please back the cryptos.
I know, right? I know, right? We got right off the subject. My bad. I'll find it. I'll find it while Mike's doing this thing.
Yeah. We apologize if for any interruptions here into the crypto space. Yeah, so XRP, it's finally moving. Shout out to Cardano. It actually hit 60 cents before Ripple did. So I'm really
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's the thing with XRP, bro. It's always the late bloomer. It's always last to the party. It never starts the party off. It's always late. So when it does show up, we appreciate it.
the flamingo flew away. Yeah, I mean, honestly, Cardano has the ability here to actually break this high and run to $1. So maybe it'll hit $1 first, and then money will move into Solana or into XRP. We could only pray these days. So there's like more main cap. Guys, Bitcoin, I mean, I think we're going to slow down here. I personally don't see us getting above all-time highs here. Let me turn all this stuff off. I mean, let's just clean everything off. I've liked this level for quite some time, but now we just need some data. If we look at like really 80% to 50% of this buy to sell move where you broke structure, pull back, sometimes you need to get a little bit of a different perspective. So we're going to invert this chart. I mean, would you buy right here? I would. Take a fib, low, high. Come back into this 80%
Bruh.
type level. So that we flip that, we kind of know what we get there.
Yeah.
So a break above 60, then yeah, I think we're running. We're rallying to the upside. But I'm gonna watch here. If we see price start to slow down on the daily, break some structure. But I think this is where, if altcoins are gonna run,
They're
it
gonna
will
break
be
and run, yeah.
a consolidation in this level.
And then a breakout.
Anywhere like here, slowing down, chopping down, kind of like this move, we can see alt run. I think we're going to see ETH at 3,200 to 3,600. I think that's going to happen very, very soon.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, ETH's knocking at the door for sure.
so why do I flip the chart? I flip the chart is because it is actually proven as traders. Some people are better at seeing buys, and some people are better at seeing sells. So sometimes our eyes will lean more toward buys and sells, and a lot of it is subconsciously how we're programmed, which is a whole deeper conversation. But also, you're sometimes get really biased, and this is a mistake I've made. Like I get too bullish where everything I only see is buys, or I get too bearish and then everything I think is sells. So it kind of flips the narrative for your own mindset. Yeah, in the chat, let me know which is your bias. I think I have a sell bias. Yep, you're always looking to sell, always looking to sell. So you always lose trades probably, especially in this market. This year you probably lost a lot of trades. So sometimes converting it or inverting it gives you a different perspective. It's helped me a lot for sure. Let's see what we got here. Oh yeah, shout out
Chat found the bird for me.
what's the bird called?
It's a shoebill stork. That thing is scary looking, bro. I was walking outside and I saw like two of them together. I was like, oh, and I didn't say hecky no. I said no, and I went back to my mama's house. I was scared, bro.
You saw this bird in Florida,
bro.
I've
That
never
thing
seen
looked
this
like a
bird before.
dinosaur,
That looks like an ugly dinosaur. What
bro.
the heck?
It is tall. It's not. Look how tall it's compared to the dude,
Where were you?
bro. I was in Lakeland.
Zoo? Oh wow, you were at the zoo in Lakeland.
No, I was walking on a street in Lakeland.
This thing would have been like shot in Miami. Like this guy, Miamians don't play. What? This is a crazy looking bird though.
Yes, bro. I was tripping. I'm like, oh no. I'm not. No, bro. And I'm a tall dude.
God. Look at this.
Yeah, dude.
That could have been Kurt. Everybody, we're glad he survived.
Bro, listen. When I was walking, and it's like they make a loud sound. Like so, the closer you get, you start hearing like this loud, like I'm like, oh yeah, no, I'm good.
This is all the people who woke up and Bitcoin's above 50K. Yeah, that's all the people. Oh my God. Wait until it hits 100K. They're gonna be like, let's see if we can find a better one.
Yeah.
All the people
not to get too far off the subject, but yes, that bird scared the heebie-jeebies out of me, y'all.
This is the people, everybody who bought under 20K Bitcoin.
Like I saw a Velociraptor. I was like, I got to get up out of here. No way.
That's funny. Wow, look at VeChain. I guess the UFC partnership might have worked out. Starting to rally, guys. We had I don't think we called this on the app, but definitely on Go Live last year. We were talking about that.
I was just talking about it early this week. I kept saying dollar cost averaging zones are looking really good for VeChain. Project has a ton of potential, great partnerships. Everybody was listening to me, so I don't know if they took advantage of it, but yeah, I mean, VeChain, it's been on our list since we dropped it. So it's one of those projects where it's not going to get a ton of hype, but it just works. It gets great partnerships, and I keep telling you guys, like, this is not the same. This is not the same categories or the same scenario from last bull run. These institutions are going to be looking for real world use case as well. They're going to be looking for projects that actually do stuff. Okay. They're not looking at stuff that's just hype and a bunch of ooh, rah, rah, rah. They're saying, hey, do these things work? Let's dump its money into this. Let's find something to get into that. It's one of the reasons why I keep seeing, what is our other project? HNT, right? Like, listen, I keep telling people, like, I'm looking at projects that actually do things. It's building out the Internet of Things networks. Like, you want to make sure you're paying attention to Helium. Like, it works. They have a whole network that's been building out over the years. And I think some of these big institutions are starting to wake up to what these things are. Stuff like HNT, stuff like Chainlink, stuff like...
Oh, this went to $1, everybody. Y'all understand? This thing 10x in September.
Yes, bro. Yes, bro. Like, this project is crazy good. And then it went to Solana's network.
Yep, I remember that. That's when it went to Solana's network Q4 of last year. It was like this.
Yeah, bro.
Welcome to crypto. This is probably going to be a 25x.
Yeah, bro.
Very easily into this level on this next run.
You know those little scooters that people ride around all day on?
Yeah.
This project helps build out those networks.
Yeah, that's
yeah. And those scooters aren't going away no time soon.
Yeah.
You buy a mining rig, and whenever somebody's on the scooter and it pings off of your little miner, you earn a bit of helium just from being a part of the network. And you can place these all around your cities and all that kind of stuff, or your neighborhoods, and you'll get a certain amount of crypto just for participating inside the network, keeping the network connected. It's a whole thing.
You cannot, just addressing this in the chat, you cannot move Sol to VeChain. VeChain is not built on the Solana network.
Yeah, no.
VeChain is its own network, right?
Yeah, it's a layer 1.
It's its own layer 1, so you can't swap on like a MetaMask. You would have to sell the Solana and then potentially buy that.
Yeah.
And once again, guys, it's up at 28% today. So in the chat, tell what today a green day or red day. What do you do on green days? I would not be.
Yeah, today's not the day to be buying VeChain, fam. Like, you want to wait for a pullback. Yeah. You'll get a pullback. Don't worry. VeChain's known for pullbacks, as you can see on the chart. Like, you're gonna get an opportunity for sure. This is one of those projects where it doesn't leave you at the train station. It'll come back for you.
Man, it's just like this DeFi space. I mean, I think it's something to pay attention. I mean, guys, look at this again. Even Uniswap, looking like Chainlink, going sideways, and then just slowly creates that low. This was our potential entry 2 on Swipecoin exchange ideas. Hit it twice, and getting that slow break of structure, pull back, and now leaving the station, everybody. This is that like slow DeFi wealth that's going to be created, in my opinion.
A lot of students may not understand this too. Like, so with Uniswap being the #1 decentralized exchange in the world, some people say, how do they make money if they don't charge anybody to be on their network? It's not that they're directly charging you. Every time a transaction's done where somebody's swapping one coin for another, they make money off network fees. All right, so you're using the Uniswap blockchain to swap from coin to coin. They make money on fees. Whenever you're doing liquidity providing, they're going to make money based on people coming in and swapping out for this project to that project. So anytime there's something being done on Uniswap's network, they're going to earn from those fees. And Uniswap moves more money around than Coinbase does some days. So the premise of it is just, it's the biggest and baddest decentralized exchange in the world. They're going to grow. And as long as Ethereum keeps creating projects, Uniswap's going to continue to expand. Now, my thing for Uniswap is there is a ton of untapped potential for Uniswap because they can actually start utilizing other networks. Like, they're on version 3 now for Uni right now. But if we start seeing Uniswap like operate and they say, hey, we're going to allow you guys to start, swapping out Bitcoin layer 1s and layer 2s and all that kind of stuff, that's a very different premise for Uniswap because Uniswap is very, Ethereum centric, right? If Uniswap opens up a portal for Solana projects to work on their network and not just do an EVM, like a real Solana portal, like, hey, you can bring your coins directly here and we do all the work on the back end.
Yeah.
Same thing for Bitcoin. Uniswap could dominate. It would literally wipe out any competition they ever had in DeFi. So it's a ton of untapped potential. You're seeing the price points at single digit numbers. Uniswap's already been $40 before. Like, it's done what we expected it to do. And now you got all these institutions and they're offering KYC now. So it's to know your customer rules. It's going to be more attractive for institutional players. It's no longer aiming at retail. It's aiming at institutions. And if institutions come into Uniswap,
they won a court case, bro. They won a lawsuit against the SEC.
Yeah.
So they went to battle with the people.
Like, you guys are looking at projects right now, and you're looking at these prices thinking they're forever prices. And you got to stop doing that. Like, this is not the time to say, oh, it's always going to be $7. It's always going to be, $8, $10. Like, when Uniswap starts to run in a bull run and you see it hit $70, you see it hit $80 a coin, Uniswap will be $100 a coin. And then during the bear market, it comes back and rests at like $40, $50. And you're like, why wouldn't it go back to $7? It's never going to go back to $7. It's these layers of growth that happen inside of the market. And now, like I said, that we have all of this new value coming in, there's benchmarks to the market. When Bitcoin grows a certain amount in value, it increases the value of everything else in comparison. It's like a weird real estate comp kind of thing that happens in crypto, where if you're like a strong layer 1 and Bitcoin grows, by default, your value has now increased because of the space as a whole. It's very interesting to see, like, when when Bitcoin stays at a certain level, Ethereum can't go below a certain level. If Bitcoin drops to a certain level, Ethereum's gonna follow. This is why I tell you guys, whenever Bitcoin rises, it kind of brings the rest of the market with it.
Yeah, it's like every category. Is there like what kind of shapes do we have in here? I'll just draw. It's like every category has its own like pyramid, right? So it's like Bitcoin, ETH, and then like alts, right? But then there's like the category where it's like ETH is at the top, right, of the pyramid, and then it's like DeFi, and then it's like layer two. So it's like every category has like Sol has one as well. It's like Sol, and then it's like Sol Dexes, and then it's like everybody else under Sol. So that money goes down, and then that money goes back up in Sol, back up in ETH, back up in all crypto. So when you understand, like, I know I keep talking about it, but even like XRP, in a real bull market, guys, you're gonna see people that are gonna go to the top 10 and be like, "What's the cheapest coin?" And they're gonna buy it.
Oh my god, I'm not ready
like
for
that
those
happens.
questions, bro. They're
like
coming.
Yeah. Like, oh my god, it's 60 cents. It's oh my god, why is this one at $1?
It hurts my heart when that happens. We'll be in the middle of a class, and a new student will be like, "Why won't we all just buy XRP at 70 cents?" And we're like, "Bro, what do you mean? It already ran." But it's still cheap. And you're like, no, like you.
And that's okay. It's okay. But that's how you know we're getting closer into that euphoric stage.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and we love to see it. I mean, we obviously have seen Sol at the 4 spot. I really want to see if we can get Tether out the 3 spot. Tether out the 3 spot this year, and it's going to be a great year in crypto.
I mean, that's going to happen. People are going to take that value out of Tether and start spreading it around in other blockchains. Like right now, people are still indecisive, so Tether still has a ton of value sitting in it. But I think also with Binance being kind of stifled, with CZ being gone, we're going to see a lot less of Tether dominating as much with Binance, and a lot of other exchanges may start to really run. And I think what the United States is doing is they're trying to make Coinbase that new entity, but it's just Coinbase hasn't reached out enough it hasn't opened up enough for other countries to really utilize it as much as they utilize Binance.
Yeah, no, I agree.
I think Binance is grave enough for a big hack, bro. I'm not even gonna lie. This is my conspiracy hat right now. I think they're gonna send in the big boys to take Binance down and have it like lose some trust and bring it down a couple pegs with everybody around the world. And all of a sudden, you're going to just start seeing Coinbase's capital. Like I said, Coinbase's stock, bro, right now has scary upside considering how much they're going to attack Binance and any other competitors to Coinbase at this point.
Yeah, I mean, it's I want to see if this plays out. We had this level here. I want to see if we can reverse. I mean, if Bitcoin reverses here, it would make sense. Yeah. And if we get that push to 100, you know where I'll be going. So
you go into the plasma bank. Mike's selling plasma for Coinbase.
Yeah, or and they're holding. I mean, they're going to be holding everybody's crypto. They're the shovels in this gold rush. But
you think so,
bro? Aren't they holding like a big supply of Bitcoin? Like they have like 2 million Bitcoin.
Yeah, I mean they're custodying everybody's stuff at this point.
Yeah, like. And that honestly, I mean, it's kind of not good, right?
Yeah, bro, I was waiting on you to say it. Like, it gives you a weird feeling like if anything happens to this one company.
Yeah, we're all in trouble, everybody.
Bro, massive. So it's one of those things where it's like, if something happens to this and Coinbase or Binance takes a hit, who's going to be the biggest beneficiary of Coinbase looking bad and Binance looking bad?
But that could be the narrative, bro. In the next bear market, something could happen to Coinbase.
Uniswap could win, bro.
I don't think Coinbase would go down, but I think something could happen to create enough FUD to then make like regulation is maybe like against the ETFs with them holding. Something could happen. Something will happen, obviously, to create a huge bear spiral in the next run, in the next couple of years. And that could be one of those things. So
yeah, I think they're going to open up for Chicago Mercantile Exchange to come in as well in a minute. I think that's another sleeper that may start to dip into this space. Yeah. They've been too quiet.
We want more. We don't trust any of them though, but whatever.
Yeah.
All you got to know if you're watching, it's still not too late. Look at the exchange ideas on Swipe Coin. See what's in the zones. Wait for pullbacks. and if this market reverses, be in position to capitalize more. And
Absolutely. I mean, it's a
that's,
stable
that's
coin. That's one of the biggest issues right now is getting projects and having nowhere to store them because they're so new. And I get it. So I get super excited, like, oh, it's the newest thing. It's the low cap, baby. I got to get all of them. And you realize you can't get them off the exchanges because they're too new. So yeah, but I think
that's
EWT. Yeah, I think EWT can go on your ledger. It's been out for a while now. So Energy Web Token should be able to be stored on a ledger, if I'm not mistaken.
let's see. Is it on? It's not on ETH, is it?
I believe it's
Uh,
still there.
its own. It's on Gnosis chain.
Let me see. Scroll down a little bit
How
to
the heck is it on Gnosis?
the chains.
Oh,
Yeah,
Gnosis.
Polkadot. That's what it was. Polkadot.
Understand. All right, bro. I'll pass it back to you. I have another call to jump on, guys. Great session. We'll see you on live analysis in the morning. Me and Kerr will be back live on Wednesday on my channel, Thursday on his channel, and yeah, if somehow Bitcoin hits 60K, we will definitely do a pop-up go live if it ever gets there this weekend. So stay plugged in. See y'all soon.
Let's get it.
Peace.
All right, bro. Appreciate you, fam. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Appreciate you guys coming in, rocking with us, vibing out with us as usual, and as always. I appreciate you guys. So listen, next few days and weeks, probably won't get anything crazy going on in the market outside of just maybe a pullback. Hopefully, we can get some cheaper prices and everybody can get in and get some better DCA and levels in because we always want to get in for the low lows, right? I mean, we're excited when it goes up, yay! But I don't know if it's just me. Like, I don't get hyped no more when the market go up. I want it to, I want it to dip. I'm trying to like stay as low as you can, as long as you can. Like, I don't know. It's flipped for me now. Like, I'm happy when it's down. Like, I'm like, ooh, it's dipping, baby. Like when it's up, I'm like, yay, it went up. Like I really don't get hyped no more. Like back in the day, I used to be like, yeah. Now I'm just like, oh, this it's cool, I guess, man. I'm trying to get some more for the low low, man. I ain't gonna be in here looking at these $50,000. Maybe you gonna go back down to 30, quit playing with me. Like I'm so ready to get this stuff for cheap. But I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Okay, so y'all on the same page with me. All right, bet. I be tripping in my head. I'm like, man, I don't be want to come on the session and the market's up and I'm in here like, all right, y'all. So we gonna talk about price, I guess. Like I don't want to be that dude coming in all irritated because the market's up. Y'all looking at me like, why Kurt irritated because price going up? I thought this was a good day. I guess we all making money. They looking crazy, but nah, man, I definitely appreciate you guys hanging out with me, and Mike, and I will see you guys on Monday. And as usual, and as always, stay patient, stay disciplined, and the gains will come. We out. And oh yeah. Good night, everybody. Stay blessed, family. Love you guys. Get this bag. Let's go. Let's go. I mean, it's snowing for me, so I'm about to just chill. I ain't even trying to, I don't even want no smoke like that. I'm about to just stay in the house, mind my business, man, and or eat me some food. I did get something to eat though. I got a salmon omelet, bruh, with the spinach and the mushrooms and the onions in that bad boy with the feta cheese. What? So I'm about to go ahead and dive into that. I can't eat before I do the sessions because I be getting the itis, man. I be yawning like, hey, the market. Yeah, you know what it did. So I gotta wait till after I do the sessions to eat. So I'm about to go ahead and eat right now. I know I can't talk to y'all about food. I know y'all get mad at me. If you never had a salmon omelet, I'm telling you, try it. It's slap. All right, y'all know I don't do the pork. I don't do the red meat, so I can't do ham and all the other crazy stuff. But yes, it's real good. All right, family. I love you guys. Stay blessed. I'll catch up with you guys on Monday. Let's get this bag, family. Let's go. Marvel moment. Hey, man. Say, man. I don't need y'all laughing at me because I saw a real life dinosaur. Okay, like that was traumatic for me, and I'm still working on process.